walking, walking, walking beneath streetlights. I've been walking, walking, cause I can't find peace on these nights. I've been walking, walking, but my strides are getting slower. Still I'm walking, but I don't know where I'm going. I've been looking for love, but only found deception. Told my secrets to some people who have not kept it.
This is the Polish Ambassador, featuring the Grouch and Scott Nice. Don't get it twisted.
I might be conscious, still I like to fuck.
I like it.
Do a little yoga, then lift some weights up. I be as I'm supposed to, perfectly imperfect. Indulge in deep combo, get hyped when she
Hey, what's going on? What's going on? Welcome to World Kidney News. I'm your host, Steve Belcher. Thank you for joining us. Share this broadcast. This is going to be a great show. I'm telling you, share the broadcast. How's everyone doing this Sunday evening? You ready to go back for another work week? Here we go. Do it all over again. I hope everyone is staying safe with the COVID-19. It's still out there. I see a lot of people without the mask, with masks, but just stay safe whatever you do. Tonight, we have an awesome show. This guest was on our show about a year and a half ago. That's how long it's been since he's been here. Y'all all know him. You've seen his pages, Chef O. You've seen the many awards he won in the Transplant Games. You've seen his dishes. He done traveled across the United States, traveling to different clinics, doing exhibits, cooking displays. So without further ado, all the way from Grand Rapids, Michigan, going to bring in Chef O. Let me give him the special welcome, VIP guest welcome. Hey, what's going on, Chef O?
You know, Steve, I've been introduced all over the world, but nothing will top that. You are the man, you know?
Oh, yeah, thank you.
I'm doing very well, Steve. You know, I want to tell your audience now, I've been knowing you, like I say, over a year and a half. I knew you before that by watching what you've been doing. I have to say, I am very proud of what you're doing because 35 years ago, when I got started as a kidney patient and worked my way through getting a transplant, I always wanted to do something by getting the word out to the people about organ donation and kidney patient, being on dialysis, try to be a healthy person. So you want to be on dialysis. And I didn't have the sources like you have the live streamed and the chat rooms and Zoom and all the different. I bow down to you and congratulate you on what you're doing. I am very proud of the direction you have took it because I took it, fumbled the ball a little bit, and you picked the ball up and ran with it. And I'm glad that you are doing a lot of great things, and your audience need to hear that.
Oh, thanks a lot, Chef. Well, that means a lot. It really does to hear that coming from you. I really appreciate that. We just try to, you know, in spite of what's going on with kidney disease, to get that information out because we know education is vital. I mean, they were talking about education back in the 60s when they were had the committee deciding who's going to have dialysis and who wasn't. Yep. And at that time, it wasn't like it is today, the many people. But if they were talking about it back in the 60s about education and awareness, and we fast forward today and you have over 700,000 people being diagnosed a year, The
a year.
transplant list is more than 100,000, and you got 13 people, dying each day waiting for a living transplant. I mean, education has got to be the key.
Got to be the key. And, people like you and myself that's forefront, that's out there trying to educate the people. And I have found it hard. A lot of doors been slammed in my face. Oh, we don't want to hear that. We don't want to talk about that. We don't want to sign no organ donor card. But folks, it's work. And I am a 2-time kidney transplant recipient now. I had my first transplant in 1985, lasted 23 years. And now I'm on my second transplant now 8 years. I went back on dollars for 4 years. And during this whole 35 years that I've been doing around kidney failure, I've been trying to educate people, tell people it works. It's only different myths on, but they see that I'm an organ donor, they're gonna let me die so they get my kidney, or they're gonna die. It's just too much of that out there. And I guarantee none of that stuff happened. I'm glad to see all the different organizations that's working now. We have a minority group called MOTTOP, MOTTOP. It's a minority group, national law, work with the Gift of Life people who do a lot of minority works in the communities all over the United States. You have TRIO, another group that's transplant organization that helps people. And there's so many different groups and people. You have to listen. I now going in my 27th year of doing cooking demos across the United States. As Steve said earlier, I'm a retired celebrity chef. I used to do a TV show for 11 years, and I focus a lot of my cooking on kidney patients. And just eating what you're eating now, it may not be good for you because you may wind up on the dollars machine. And Steve, I probably talked to a lot of you about eating healthy, and that's what I do. But we love doing what we're doing, and we need to just educate the people about organ donation. If you only see the number of emails, texts, and phone calls I get each way, I just had a senator call me up and talk to me about his dad who had kidney problems. And I went and sat and talked with the family, and it was heartwarming, but also it was sad that they never knew a third of what I was telling them about kidney problem, what they could do. And the father now is doing well, doing very well. And I'm very happy to be a part of that. And it makes my heart grow, and it just, me just believing and paying it back, or what we say, pay it forward.
So, Chef, we know that you're involved in the Transplant Games, and this is the first year that's been unprecedented with the COVID-19 and the cancellation of the games. What does that mean to you? Because do you have your medals near you, or a picture where you can show the audience?
Look right over my shoulder there. Let me go the other way.
Wait a minute.
Right over my shoulder.
Wait a minute. Let me remove the banner.
See, sir? There they are right there, Stephen. That's my medals. I have them in a shadow box. And you can't see them. But right here, let me see if I can get this right. There we are. Okay. Can you see that? See those little boogers right there?
Right.
There.
Okay.
Those are my gut and blood and sweat right there. I am a
How
big
many
member.
medals do you have from the Transplant Games?
Right now, I have 33.
Wait a minute.
Medals.
33 medals?
I have 30. And here, yes, 33 medals, Steve.
Wow.
The last one I won 2 years ago in Salt Lake City. Here's the last one.
Wait a minute. Hold it up. Wow.
That one I won.
A gold or a bronze?
That's a bronze. I won in Salt Lake City 2 years ago at the last national game. I have been competing with this team since 1987. In 1987, I went to Innsbruck, Austria, to represent the United States at the World Games. And I've been to 9 countries so far competing. And 2 years ago in Salt Lake City was my 14th national tournament I've been in. And I am very, very
what
active.
category?
What category?
Audrey Langston wants to know, Bella, she's a host on Sisters Against Kidney Disease. She wants to know, what category do you compete in?
I competed in track and field, tennis, single, doubles, and mixed doubles. And then also I'm a fencer for the United States. I do fencing. So those are my 3 main categories. And now they have added one of my other sports. Whoops, sorry. Added one of my other sports that I enjoy playing is pickleball. And so the next time they have games, I'm going to be entering in the pickleball competition. All my sports are active and racquetballs and stuff like that. But I have, like I say, it's held every 2 years in the United States. Like, so it's supposed to be, in fact, 2 weeks ago, we're supposed to be in New Jersey and the Netherlands for the national games here. So it got postponed. It's going to be moved to next year. You guys can write this down now. Next year is going to be held in the Meadowlands in New Jersey. In 2022, it's going to be in the great state of California, if it's still there, in San Diego. We'll be in San Diego around the end of August, end of July, 1st of August. We're going to be we'll be in San Diego. And then after that, Steve, we go to Australia. We'll be going to the international game. Did we freeze up there? Oh, well, it looks like did we freeze up?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. Sorry.
Okay. No, you're fine. Were you a chef before having kidney disease, or you became a chef afterwards?
No, Steve, not just retired. In 2010, I retired as a chef in the restaurant industry after 50 years of being working in the restaurant industry. I've been a chef now for almost 46 years of those 50 years I was a chef. I went back to school. In fact, when I had my kidney failure and got my transplant, I went back to school, got a degree in business. So while I was in school, I wound up getting a degree in culinary art and hotel management. So I graduated with 3 degrees.
Oh, that's awesome.
It really have paid off. I don't know if you can see where I'm at. Oh, okay. That picture right up there above me, you can't hardly see it, but right there, that's in 2004, I was voted best chef in Grand Rapids. And then I repeated in 2005 and got voted best chef again in 2000. But in 2001, I was voted one of the top 50 new chefs in the United States in 2001.
Oh, that's awesome.
And
that's awesome.
And everything came to a good head. And last year, 2 years ago, when we went to, not 2 years ago, a year ago, in 2 weeks, I was in Newcastle, England, and they knew I was coming over to compete in the World Games, and they asked me if I could do a cooking demo in front of 46 countries.
Wow.
Yes, that was the height of my career right there.
I mean, what do you be cooking? What type of
everything
dishes?
I do is a healthy cooking, healthy renal meals, healthy meals for transplant recipients. See, when I do a national event, I do an event that covers all transplant recipients: heart, lung, liver, pancreas, bone marrow, anything that you can have that's gonna be low in sodium, because I don't use sodium in none of my cooking, and low in phosphorus for the kidney patients, low in potassium for a kidney patient, and just make it a nice, very healthy, but very tasty. Now, like I say, I look at a lot of these stuff that on certain websites from dialysis units and different cookbooks, and I take them and dissect them and then enhance them where they still can be healthy but also taste good.
Wow. Wow. You say you dissect them, huh?
Oh, I dissect recipes all the time. I have a program in my I had a program in my computer that had 380 different recipe items, like peppers, onion, anything I need to do for a recipe had 300. Well, I met a doctor who turned me on to a bigger site that is nationally hooked up, nationally, that has 860 different items. And each one of these items is broke down per potassium numbers, calcium number, carbohydrate number. So I know if you tell me I want a recipe that's going to say have so many grams of potassium in it, or have so many grams of phosphorus, or you want so many fat grams in it, I can design a recipe to your needs by going to my program, punching in. Like a lot of people think you got to use whole milk. You can take skim milk and make a meal taste good. You can take, like I say, I don't use no salt, but I'm gonna go ahead and put this out there right now. Give a shout out to my folks from Mrs. Dash. Mrs. Dash was a sponsor of mine, and I not because they asked me, I asked them, because if you want something that's an all-season purpose, no sodium spice, go to Mrs. Dash and get their general all-purpose seasoning. You want to make something taste good, try that.
Hey, Chef, we had a couple of people in the audience that wanted to know, do you have recipes on a card? What's an example of a dish that you can say that's easy to make?
Okay, what I used to do, when I first started doing a TV show, I used to put all this on my website, and people would download them, and I got ready to do a cookbook. And I'm gonna tell you this for sure. A lot of you probably heard of Emerald Lagasse, Mr. Bam Man. And when I got ready to do my show, I wrote Emerald. And Emerald was a great mentor to me, and he'd lead me into the cooking shows and how should I do a show. And one thing he told me to do, get your recipe off your website. Because if you ever decide to do a cookbook, nobody will buy it because they just download them. So what I do now, I ask people to write me. You can go to HCHEFO, Chef O, and email me and say, hey, Chef, do you have a good recipe for a pork dish or a chicken dish? I want something different, not plain or the same old thing. I want something different. So I tell them to email me what they want, and within 24 hours, I can email them a great recipe back.
Oh, that's awesome. So guys, if you want to learn a dish, just go to his his Facebook page, Chef O, Oliver Hale.
You can go to my Facebook and text me. I mean, not text me, but message me and text me, and I will write you back that way. But I do it all day, Steve. I mean, I want it, like I say, I give stuff back. People say, well, how much you charge for a good recipe? How much do you charge for talking to someone to a recipe or how to help them out? I tell them I don't charge you nothing. It's all on I want to give you. When I was growing up, my dad always tell me, son, if you ever make it big and you make it, in the world, and people start, looking up to you, whatever you do, give back. And he said, also reach back and bring somebody up, but with you, bring somebody up. And that's, I learned to do that because now I speak at colleges, I speak at culinary art classes, and I love to pass on to people how to make it in this world and how to do things. Because people say, well, how did you get a cooking show? How did you do that? I got the cooking show because what my mom said. When you're out in the public eye, do your best because you never know who's watching.
Audrey, his name is Oliver Hale on Facebook right here.
Yes, Chef Oliver Hale, Hale, and you can go to that and you find me. And like I say, I love receiving texts about recipes. You tell me what item, and I can send you one, or you want two. But most of my recipes I do is not complicated, but they are delicious. I mean, I just finished up a year ago doing chop competitions, and I got into that and just went like crazy because one of my jobs back in the early 2000s, the first thing they asked me, they don't ask you what your experience is. They say, we're going to give you a test. They say, we're going to give you an hour to prepare a 4-course meal with everything in that box there. And that's how they can tell if you're going to be a chef or a cook. So after I did that, I started doing chop competition. I did one in Richmond, Virginia. I did one in Dallas. I did one in Austin. Did one in Orlando. Did one in what's that? I went Sonoma Valley, California, and then I do a ton of them here in Michigan. And I have let's see, well, you can't hardly tell them because they are glass objects. But this is my little oh.
So we lost Chef O. I'm sure he'd be back on. But man, did you see his medals that he got from the Transplant Games? Like 33, 32 medals. I mean, very active in the Transplant Games, obviously. So that shows you that you don't have to succumb to kidney disease or think it's a life sentence if you got it. We got Chef O back.
Yeah, I'm back. I was going to show you my chop competition awards over here, all that, and these are just blessings, Steve. That's all I can say. Also, they are a blessing because I've had the privilege of having 2 kidney transplants. They've been successful. I've had the privilege of traveling the world, like say, been to 9 different countries. I have the privilege of traveling to the United States and talking to people. I mean, 2 years ago, I got asked to be one of the representatives to ride on the float in the Rose Bowl parade. In fact, this year, this coming year that's coming up, in the parade or the Tournament of Roses parade, I've been asked to ride on that float. I have some of the things that I have been involved with is just overwhelming. And so when I do something like even talking to you and all your guests, it's amazing. And I'm just moving forward, Steve, So, I mean, somebody got to do it. Somebody said that I was always a leader, not a follower. So I just want to help them because my experience and my years of cooking and getting voted a lot of these top honors make you want to do more.
Absolutely. Now, Chef, we had a question. And first, I just want to, it's a stranger friend of mine I haven't seen, transplant warrior out of Georgia, Sabrina Forward. And it's good to see. I just wanted to give a shout out to her. I haven't seen her in a while, and it's just good to see her, and I'm glad she's well.
Go right ahead.
Yeah. No, I already spoke to her, but we had a question from Audrey. She wanted to know, were both your transplants from deceased donors?
Yes, both. I had when I first came down with the kidney failure in 1983, Steve, I just had won a United States Tennis Association Saint tournament in Columbus, Ohio. It was a 5-state tournament. And we had won in doubles, and I was just ecstatic because I was going to turn pro and start playing some top tournaments. And 2 weeks after that, I was laying in the hospital with kidney failure. And so, yeah, that was in 1983. Like I say, I waited a year and a half. I was on down, but both my transplants are from deceased donors. I have wrote both families in response and never heard from neither one of them. So if there's 2 families out there who have made my life complete.
Right. Yeah, I was in the military in '83. In fact, I was over in Germany. Yeah. Renardo wanted to know, you already said that your first transplant lasted 23 years, right?
Yes, 23 years. Didn't have a problem. And when I left the hospital in 1985 after my first transplant, the doctor told me, keep this in the back of your mind. Your kidney may fail. I said, what? He said, yeah, because you have a foreign object in your body. You have anti-rejection drugs that you take, going to be taken every day of your life to the rest of your life. It's up to you and that kidney for you guys to become one and stay one. And it lasted 23 years, and we do not know. The doctors don't know why I rejected, but I took it kind of sadly. But I said I'm gonna, I'll be back. That's what I said. That I'll be back.
Mm-hmm. And Chef, you do have family support. I think you have a daughter or a son.
Yes. Oh, yes. Stephen, my son, who came down with strep throat 25 years ago. A strep throat 25 years ago, had to go on, lost his kidney, went on dialysis, and he got a transplant. It only lasted 2 years. Then for the next 20 and a half years, he was on dialysis. And March 13th, no, not take it back, get it right. April 13th, he received a kidney transplant after 20 and a half years by being on dialysis.
What?
20 and a half years.
Oh man! So let me just say something. If he waited 20 years, that shows Warriors there is hope. I mean, if Chef's old son went on, got a transplant, it lasted 2 years, right?
Yes.
And then he went on dialysis for the next 20 years, and then he just received the transplant this April in the midst of the COVID pandemic.
In the midst of the COVID, yes.
Wow.
It was just amazing. He lives in Plano, Texas. He lives in Plano, Texas. And you know how things are in Texas with the COVID. And right now he's still, locked in, but he is happy as all can be. Steve, now you know about dialysis. You working in the unit. You've seen patients. I was on the machine. I know what it's like to sit there on that machine for them 4 hours, 3 times a week. And then all of a sudden you get that telephone call. He said it was just tears of joy, Now he said he's eating like crazy, of course, because, after 20 years not having the chocolate, bananas, orange juice, tomatoes, he said he's having fun, but also he's being healthy.
Man, that is awesome. Wow. After 20 years, I mean, and he never gave up. And that's what I want to say to Warriors. Don't give up.
Don't give up.
I know some people may be discouraged and waiting, but it's going to happen.
Attitude, that positive attitude, Steve. That's all I can say to them. When I do speeches, I tell them the last thing I do. If people ask me, what kept you going? What kept your son going? I told my son this. I said, it's the ABC of dialysis. I said, ABCs of dialysis. He said, what's that? I said, 1, you got to have a positive attitude. My parents taught all of us when I was little, when you walk out of your house, you walk out with a positive attitude so you can make the day a much brighter place and you can do things better. B, believe in yourself and believe in God. That's the main thing. Believe in God, but also believe in yourself, because anything you can do it if you believe in yourself. I always wanted to be a great chef. I had people back in the 60s telling me, ain't no way a white guy gonna hire a black guy. No. There's no way you're gonna be a great chef. I have medals, I have awards, and a lot of things that prove. And C, continue doing what you believe in, and continue climbing that ladder, because you're gonna climb that ladder on every day of your life. You're climbing a ladder, and you never reach that top. Because when you hit one plateau, you're gonna keep going, Steve. That's all. That's it.
Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome. Let me ask you this. Did you do home dialysis or you went in center?
No, back when I first got on started doing dialysis, and the second time around, there was a lot of stuff with the peritoneal dialysis. Belcher Pharmaceutical flew me to outside of Chicago to their place, and they talked to me because they wanted me to be a spokesperson for Belcher for peritoneal, and I just didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do it. Then while I was out there, that new next stage, that unit that you have at home, that
Yes.
came out, and that I love. That I love because I said if I ever go back on dialysis, I have to do it. I am going to do the home unit, the next stage, where you do it 2 hours a night for 6 days. Now I am going to do that because one, you can take that machine with you whenever you go on vacation, whenever you're going to go somewhere and speak, or you just need to have your water and stuff brought with you, and there you go. So yes, I never did home dialysis, but I would do that next stage home dialysis if I had to do it again.
Wow. Wow. So how's everything going now? How long you had your second transplant?
Right now, Steve, I am now 8.5 years on the second transplant, still going strong. I'm still out running, doing outdoor sports, racket sports. I can't, with the COVID here in Michigan, we can't go to gyms anymore. So I do some setups and stuff here at home, but I still get out on the court. And like I said, I'm playing in the morning, and I try to do most exercise by playing racquetball, pickleball, and tennis. And right now, mainly a lot of pickleball because I'm getting deep in it because I'm getting a little bit too older to play in the tennis because I tried to play singles in England last year, and I got some guy from France used me as a example what he can do to people. I got cream, Steve.
Right. You
But,
didn't lose your step, did you?
Yeah, no. So I try to just stay healthy, Steve.
Oh, absolutely.
I do everything the doctor tell me. And my doctor, when I go and see him, he said, "Man, I wish I can get more people to do what you do and be active." Because I can, and that's what I'm gonna do. I can do it.
How do you think we can get more people to be active? Like your doctor said, like he wish he can get more people. How do you think, from a patient perspective, that we can get other patients dealing with this
Okay.
disease to be active?
All right. I hope there's somebody from Michigan out there that's listening to your show because I've been on this transplant team. And if you guys want to, I wish you become Facebook members because I'm posting a lot of stuff.
Oh,
But,
Chef, wait a minute. I'm sorry. Before you continue, how old are you? I had a question.
I'm 67.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. That's awesome.
67 years old, and like I say, I'm very active. My new kidney, the 8-year-old one now, is a 45-year-old man. I know that. So I'm trying to do what he would be doing now. So, but
okay, go ahead and continue.
But yeah, back to your question about trying to get people active. I live in Grand Rapids, Michigan. I've been on my Team Michigan, since 1990, when we went to Indianapolis. Do you know, Steve, I'm the only Afro-American on Team Michigan, and the only Afro-American that's been on Team Michigan, and I'm still the only Afro-American on Team Michigan. You'd think that I've been to Detroit, I've been to Taylor, I've been to Dearborn, I've been to Upper Michigan, I've been in Lansing at the state capitol, I go to minority events, and still I can't get anyone from the state of Michigan to join the Team Michigan. And I know there's a lot of athletes, and there's a lot of great athletes, Afro-American athletes out there that can come on and join this team, because it's fun. It is fun. We get together, like say, every 2 years to show our athletic ability, but they don't have to do athletics. They can do trivia pursuit, ballroom dancing, a cornhole. There's a lot of non-athletic events that they have for those who are not athletic.
Mm-hmm.
So I wish, more, for those who want to join the team. But the main thing, I am also, Steve, an ambassador for the National American Association for Kidney Patients out of St. Petersburg, Florida. And also, I'm an ambassador.
AKP.
Yes. And I'm an ambassador for UNOS, United Network for Organ Sharing. I'm an ambassador for them. So I keep myself busy by speaking and trying to get more and more people to get involved. And like Steve, a lot of people don't know that August is National Minority Donor Month. A lot of people didn't know that. And so that's why I've been doing a lot of stuff for donation for August, trying to get people aware of kidney function. Our rate in Michigan, we had like 14% of the Michigan residents are Afro-American, but only 2% was signing organ donor cards. So, but
wow,
2% was signing organ donor card, but the dialysis unit was almost 55% Afro-American. So you can see a big number between 2% and 55%. And we just have to let people know that it does work. Organ donation work. They don't leave your body looking a mess. And something about the Afro-American body, whites do not have a chromosome mix in their body that Afro-American does. So if you do get a white organ, the chances if there's like 5 points you got to match, they may match 4. So it's not a completely match. So that's why we try to get more and more Afro-American to be organ donors. Don't get scared like you say, people are gonna let you die. And then also you can be a living donor. A lot of people don't know you can donate a kidney and still live a healthy life.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, what I think why this is just my opinion, why the shortage of minority donation, because minorities are at greater risk for kidney disease and kidney failure. And you see minorities are the ones that's filling up to dialysis clinics. So if you're already at risk for 2 kidneys, then I may be at double risk if I give away one of my kidneys.
Yeah. But like I said, I'll go back to how you live your life. I mean, like a lot of people don't understand, if you get away from the high sodium food and get away from having high blood pressure, and the biggest one is diabetes. And a lot of people I've been working with people to combat that. I had one lady who I worked with for 1 whole year. She gave me 1 whole year to help turn her around. She lost 110 pounds and got off her insulin and the whole diabetes thing.
Oh man, are you serious?
I'm serious. The lady was ecstatic. I said, if you work with me, and I said, I didn't send her to no gym. I didn't put her on one of these rabbit food diets. In fact, I didn't put her on the diet. I got in trouble with the drug, was it USDA? The USDA flew me to New York because I've been promoting no diet. I don't believe in that word diet, because most time you go on a diet, Steve, you lose your weight, you eat rabbit food, and then when you come off your diet, when you lose what you want to lose, you go back eating and you gain it back. You should just eat a healthy lifestyle. A healthy lifestyle. If you can just eat healthy, you don't have to worry about that. And that person that I came off being a diabetic, today, after 6 years later, Steve, she's still diabetes free.
Oh, that's awesome. I need to refer somebody to you if you don't mind. I'm serious.
Steve, anybody I can help out, I would love to. One of my other things I use in my speeches is, to the world, I may be one person, but to one person, I may be the world. And so anything I can do to help somebody to live a better life, I don't care if I'm in a room with 5,000. If one person come out of that room that I help, I did what I want to do. That's what because that, a lot of people just don't know. It's a lot of easy and simple things to do. Easy and simple things. Just changing some things in your eating. Like I say, when I got in trouble with the Food and Drug Administration, they flew me to New York. In a room with 29 other doctors. I had somebody from John Hopkins, George Washington, Georgetown University. The Veteran Affairs was there. The New York Health Hygiene was there. A PhD from University of Indiana, someone from Texas, Alabama at Birmingham, somebody from University of Oregon, and all these guys were PhDs and masters in dietitians, Steve. And guess who they was asking all the questions to?
To you.
And to me. And in fact, if I can find it, I'm going to send it to you. The article that wind up in the New England Journal of Medicine because I wanted to get rid of the word diet. They quote me in
that is awesome, man. Audrey says she already sent you an inbox and message.
It just came up. I got it, Audrey. I see your beautiful face there. Yes. I will answer as soon as I get done with this man here. He's first. You have to be second.
That's all good. But Chef, as we kind of come down to the end of the broadcast, can you give some words of wisdom, encouragement to warriors who are watching this that's on the transplant list, and they may be struggling with not just on the transplant list, but they're on dialysis or post-transplant, and they're struggling with their diets. Any words of encouragement?
I wish my son was here with me, Steve, so he can back me up on this, that I've been his mentor for over 20 years, and I am very proud of him. I'm very proud that he stuck with what he was doing while he was on dialysis. I tell you also, he earned his 3rd degree in black belt while he was on dialysis. That would impress me, Steve. He won his 3rd degree black belt while he was on dialysis. He taught classes for the American Airlines for terrorist groups. But getting back to what you asked me, word to women, don't give up. Keep the faith. I don't care how bad you may go in there one day and you drag it in there and you got to go on dialysis, or you may wind up your numbers are high. You just got to set a goal. Set a goal to do the best you can, and just don't give up. Keep the faith, because like I say, one day it's going to come. You don't know when, and I didn't know when, but when that telephone ring and they tell you that word, I got one for you. You just joy was just overcome. But do me a favor. For myself and Steve, keep the faith. Believe in God. Pray to him. And like I said, it may come today, may come tomorrow, but it's going to come. And you as a person, try to maintain your eating. Cut out the sodium. Cut out all the high potassium stuff. Cut back on your water intake. Make sure you drink enough water. And just do what those doctors are saying. And if you can, do a little walking. If you're not don't have any congested heart failure, just try to do a little exercise. Just walk a little bit. Just walk.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And also, I just want to let the audience know in September, we're going to, hopefully for the month of September each week,
tell them
we're going to try to have, or we're going to make it happen, have a chef on each week to make a kidney-friendly meal right on air. So I'm looking forward to working with you on that, Chef.
I'm you know what? I've been working on it. I got my laptop ready to go. I got my kitchen set, and we are going to have fun with this, Steve. We're not just going to do cooking demo. We're going to make this fun. So anybody want to see this, we're not going to make one of them boring showy, well, this, then you stir it. We're going to ask it. We're going to make it fun, Steve. And I just want to tell all you warriors out there, if you ever need a recipe, you can text me on the Oliver Hale, Hale. You can come become a Facebook friend. You don't have to become a Facebook friend. Or you can go to HCHEFO, that's HCHEFO at AOL.com, and email me. And I like to say, give me 24 hours. I can get you back. And you tell me what kind of recipe you want. I will get it back to you.
Oh, that's awesome. And that's easy to remember, Chef O at AOL.com.
Chef O, H. Put an H in front of it.
Oh, wait a minute. Let me put that on there then. You said H?
Yeah, H in Hale, Chef O at AOL.
All right. Make sure I got this. Is this
Okay.
correct, Chef?
There you go, right there. H Chef O at AOL. Thank you very much, Stephen. And like I said, I look forward because last time I talked to you, I had some people call. I mean, get in touch with me. It was great talking to them and giving them recipes. And like I say, I'm going to try. I'll start out simple. I'm not going to give you no award-winning recipes. Okay, that's too complicated. So, but we will have fun doing this. And even if you want to know how to do it really good, you can call me up and we'll walk through it together. Okay.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome.
But I'm looking forward to see you at the end of September, buddy. Okay.
All right. All right. What's happening at the end of September?
Is that when we're going to do our show?
No, at the beginning.
In the beginning. Okay, September. I'll see you in September. I mean, I already got the recipes put together, what I'm going to do for you on your first show.
Oh, okay. So, okay. Well, you'll be the first guest.
Oh, I am?
Yeah, we can start it off that way.
Okay, you just let me know and what we're going to do, Steve. And also, I'm going to send you a link where we can have a recipe so people can download whatever we do.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's great. I mean, that's awesome. And I mean, guys, you cannot get this anywhere else. That's why I ask people to share the broadcast so other people can get, information as well. That's dealing with kidney disease. So share this broadcast, y'all, so other warriors will be able to tune in September to see Chef O demonstrate.
One thing, Steve, is this recorded? Can I go back and see it?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay. All right. I'm going to use it. I'm going to tell my friends about it and try to tell more and more kidney patients about it. And I'm going to share it with my group and UNOS. And I think you guys down at AAKP knows about you. They know you well. And I hope that they can get some of their people to start watching, okay?
All right. Sounds good, Chef. Well, thanks a lot for coming on World Kidney News. And I can't wait till September for this cooking show.
We will do it, Steve. And thank you very much. And I say I am very happy and very proud of what you're doing. And just keep up the good work, okay?
I will, Chef. Oh, thank you. God bless you, and I really appreciate that. God bless you.
All right,
all right. Take care.
All right.
Bye-bye. Guys, this has been a great show. I mean, we're just trying to come and give you different angles and perspectives and just education dealing with kidney disease. And so definitely check out Audrey Bella Langston show, Sisters Against Kidney Disease, tomorrow at 8:30. And then on Tuesday, we got a special show for you with Ronaldo Alexandra. Man, I had what I was going to say. Living your purpose. And if I'm wrong, Alexandra, I apologize. But definitely Tuesday, Ronaldo Alexander show will be on 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Oh, thanks a lot, Joe. Appreciate that, man. Definitely appreciate it. So, guys, I got to go. We got another show. Tune in to Taxi Talk Live. Has nothing to do with kidney disease, but we're going to be talking about that Vince Crab House that blew up nationwide in Middle River, Maryland, right outside Baltimore, on Taxi Talk Live. So, guys, thanks a lot. Let me go over and start producing that show. Take care. God bless, and have a good evening. Peace.
I've been walking, walking beneath streetlights. I've been walking, cause I can't find peace on these nights. I've been walking, but my strides are getting slower. Still I'm walking, but I don't know where I'm going. I've been looking for love, but only found deception. Told my secrets to some people who have not kept.
This is the Polish Ambassador, featuring the Grouch and Scott Mace. Don't get it twisted.
I might be conscious, still I like to fuck.
I like it.
Do a little yoga, then lift some weights up. I be as I'm supposed to, perfectly imperfect. Indulge in deep combo, get hype when she's